What's going on, y'all? It is Monday, January the 9th. We are back in the shop. Yesterday, I'm going to be completely honest with you, it was a wet, rainy, nasty day, so we didn't even do anything. We stayed in the house most of the day yesterday and really didn't do a whole lot at all. So it's good to have those Sundays where you can just relax a little bit. But me and Pops are back in the shop. He's been in here working on his metal again on the roof. And I'm going to tell you, he's got a fire built in that heater right now. And you can already tell it's getting pretty warm in here. So that'll definitely help, especially this weekend. It's supposed to drop off again and be like 41 degrees Saturday. So we like to get some work done on this race car, but we like to stay warm at the same time. I'll turn y'all around, show y'all what we got done. We worked a little bit more Saturday evening on it. And we're going to continue working on it a little bit this evening, but first we're going to hang up a sheet of metal. That way I can help Pops with a full sheet. And then during the day, he can put up partial sheets by himself. So y'all stick with us. We're going to bring you some more content. All right. You going to do anything today or what? I didn't think so. As y'all can tell, Pops got up here and got busy on the front clip. We got to pull that idler arm off and get it out of the way. He went ahead and cleaned up these bars up here that are all bare metal. He got the wire brushing and grinding these frame horns. I was working on these frame rails and these side rails. You can see that powder coat underneath. It's all smooth. And I'll be honest, I mean, we probably ain't going to worry about it. That stuff you don't see, and on the racetrack, it don't matter. So we're going to continue cleaning up a lot of this old black paint that's rough, where we have ground and welded bars on. These are a couple bars that we've had to replace on the motor mount. Can't do nothing with these two. But we're going to get it cleaned up, continue getting it cleaned up. And hopefully this week we're going to get some paint on this bad boy. And that way we can start bolting some parts on. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to throw up a piece of metal real quick. And we're going to get busy cleaning this thing up right here. All right. We got one more piece up there. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, when you get on top of that ladder and you get up there close to that ceiling, she is warm. Warm, warm. The old air compressor heater does a pretty good job. We get this thing closed in, he'll probably do a real good job. Well, we gonna get busy. Pop's getting the grinder plugged up. We're gonna do some wire brushing and some grinding. Y'all hang out with us. We're gonna get this joker cleaned up. Hopefully we're gonna get some color on it. We hadn't decided, we were just talking about the color. We won't tell y'all the color of the body. That'll be, we'll just do like a little reveal on it. Nothing special. It's nothing special to us. It's just a little different. And once we start putting the sheet metal on it,
yeah, chameleon.
Yeah, a chameleon. We'll have some video of the sheet metal going in. A buddy of mine, Jake, he does all the sheet metal work for us, and he's really good at what he does. So hopefully he won't mind me videoing him doing some sheet metal work. So we're gonna get busy. Y'all hang out. Well, as y'all can see, we were working on getting some more of it cleaned up. Pops is working in there on the Halo stuff. I don't know how he got over in there, but he did. And I was working on grinding this frame rail off and these bottom bars down here. Obviously, we got to clean up the inside of this frame rail and those bars there, battery box, bottom of those bars, and some more bars in the Halo. Like we said, we're not going to get it perfect. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. I had some people ask me, you know, why wouldn't you spend the time to get it sandblasted or spend the money? And the bottom line is, this is my first year in an open wheel modified. So we don't want to spend a lot of money on something that I could go out the first race and total. That's just the way it is. You know, that's the risk you take in anything, I know, but we took that risk in a late model, and we did wreck it. but we fixed it. So luckily that was a minor wreck. Oh, I say minor wreck. It bent the rear clip about a foot to the right, or to the left. And we pulled it back and fixed it all. But that's just what we do. We can make do with what we got. We can fix stuff like that. That's why we don't want to put a lot of time into this chassis. If I go out and total this thing the first night out, we'll take what parts we can get off of it and we'll throw it in the scrap pile. I mean, that's just, yeah, we'll build another one. I mean, speaking of building chassis, I haven't told Pops this, so we'll get his reaction right here. Talladega Ice Bowl open wheel modified Saturday night. You know, we had 2 cars in the top 10.
Whew. No, I didn't.
A friend of ours, Mike Hen, he is running a Pierce car. Was it 08?
08 Pierce.
It was an 08 Pierce. We actually updated that car last year, and we used all Hammond Motorsports plates, pull bar mount, stuff like that. Switched it from a 4-link to a 3-link car. It is a real nice car. That chassis was super clean. He went up to Indiana and bought that car, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was real clean, super nice. He started the race 22nd and drove to 4th in that car Saturday night. So, and I want to give a shout out to Trey Horton. He started 14th, and Trey is actually driving a chassis that we built. We built from scratch. It was, well, I say from scratch. The center section, the door bars and all were out of a GRT late model. But I may post some pictures of that later on in another video or something. And but Trey drove from 14th up to 10th. He had a good run. They both avoided some pretty big wrecks. So we're proud of that. I know that's not, you know, that's not what a lot of these big teams are doing, but we're proud of it because those cars are cars that we built or we updated. And Trey does his own setups with the help of a few other guys, and Mike does his setup with us and a handful of guys, our friends. It's kind of a little tight group we got that we all relay information to each other. So we help each other out. Ryan King, Jake Flanagan, Big Jake, the one I talked about just a minute ago that does the sheet metal. Jake is very smart. And we all just put together what information we have and go from there.
Yeah.
We'll try anything once. So, but we're gonna get back busy on this chassis. We're taking a small break. It is actually really hot in here. I am sweating.
It's extremely hot.
Closing that in has made such a difference. But I am sweating, and we're gonna keep sweating because we want to get our car put together and we're ready for the racing season. We would love to follow some of these modified touring series now that they have 2 or 3 in the Southeast, but that's just not in our realm right now. That's not in our playbook right now. So we're going to run local. We're going to see what we can do in national points just by being consistent. We want to be consistent, run a season consistently at the racetrack week in and week out, and sometimes two nights a weekend. That's our goal. Just be consistent. And we want to get this car done. This is probably one of the nicer pieces we've had. And I know it don't look like much, but we've checked everything on it 3, 4, 10 times. So y'all hang with us. We're going to keep cleaning. We're going to get some paint on this joker soon. And man, I can't wait. I know I keep saying that, but it's coming together. Everything is played out in our favor on this chassis. And it's getting to the point now where we're ready to bolt stuff on. So y'all hang out with us. We're going to keep on cleaning. right, y'all. So me and Pops were just observing some stuff. Y'all seen us sitting here talking. This is one of the main reasons we like to be hands-on with this stuff. If we'd have carried this to a sandblaster, they may have forgot to tell us if they did notice it or whatever. But this is why we like to be hands-on with these grinders and cleaning stuff, which I advise anyone to inspect any car that you buy, that you purchase, whatever. Like this right here. This tube right here wasn't welded all the way around on bottom. There's a tube down there that's not welded around on bottom. And there's actually dripping water out of that tube right there. Now this chassis did sit outside for just a little bit. It wasn't long. The rest of the time it was covered up. So we'll look at stuff. A lot of the bars that we have cut out and redone in the process of redoing all this bottom right here, none of them were rusted. So we're not worried about that. They didn't have rust inside or anything. So, but we will clean up and weld that spot. And then I'm gonna do a little bit more welding on the steering shaft mount right there. It's not welded underneath or anything. So I may do that here in just a minute, wire brush this stuff and get the welder out. Y'all stay tuned. Well, as y'all seen in the video, we decided to flip it completely upside down. It just made it easier to get to this other frame rail and get to the bottom of a lot of bars back there. We hope this position is never what this car is in once it's put together. No. That'd be bad news. So we hope it's never in this position again. But here we go back to noticing stuff and finding welds that aren't complete or whatever. I noticed that water right there when we flipped it upside down. And this weld right here is not tied together good when they welded from one side and then welded the other side. They left a little hole right there. And I'm assuming this tube is the one with the water in it, because this tube is actually open on the end for the bumper. So I would assume that one's the one that has the water in it. But what we'll do, these tubes like this that have water in them, we'll drill them and get any water out of them, blow through them with the air hose. That way any moisture gets out, and then we'll weld up the hole, and then we'll weld up the weld, obviously, where it wasn't welded completely. But that's where we're at right now. As y'all can see, we don't like a whole lot getting her all cleaned up. Y'all notice Pops had the wire brush going down this frame rail. We've decided that all this right here that has powder coat under it, it's actually really smooth. I mean, a lot of it's pretty smooth, just some rust on spots. And the wire brush actually does better at just knocking off all the dirt, all the contaminants, and then smoothing it out. And obviously, anyone that's painted a race car or worked on a race car, you know that from the decking down, really don't matter. Nobody sees it anyway. So as long as we're good on top and we can make all that look good. I'm not sure what that was, if that was a tractor or a side-by-side or what. We live on a dead-end road, so we usually know what sounds or what when they go up the road. But anyway, we don't want to bore y'all with a lot of time lapse. I know this is the same as we've done in the past 2 videos, is work on this thing, but we're just trying to get some content made and recorded for y'all so y'all can hang out with us and follow along every bit of this journey. So, appreciate it. We thank y'all for watching. We're probably going to end this video off right here. It's been another long evening for us, but we got a lot more cleaning done on this old girl right here, and we're going to get some paint on it soon. Ain't that right? That's right. We're getting close. So we'll get some paint on it, and we're gonna start putting this thing together soon, man. I'm ready to. Racing season at our local track starts at the end of March. I think it's the last weekend or the first weekend of April. So we got a little bit of time, but really, if you think about it, it's not a whole lot of time. So we're gonna get busy. And we're gonna make some more videos, I promise. We've got a lot more videos coming. I actually may do some video in a couple of weeks at Duck River Raceway. The Mike Ken, one I mentioned earlier, and Trey Horton, I think they're both following that series, and Blake Ken as well. Y'all remember Blake's car we had in here with the white car that we done the door bars and stuff on? They're all following that series. I know they got Boyd's Speedway coming up. I think at the end of this month, 25th, 26th this month, I believe. And then the beginning of February is at Moulton Speedway. It's called Winter Breeze, I think. But anyway, thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all watching. Until next time.
Appreciate you watching. God bless.
See y'all later.